I wake up like every 9 minutes for about an hour before I actually have to get up, and then I sleep 15 minutes past it.
I have 15 minutes to wake up, 15 minutes to get dressed and do the bathroom thing, and 15 minutes to eat breakfast before I leave.
So basically get in like shampoo, because you have to shampoo before you condition, and then condition because you can do other things while you're conditioning.
I brush my teeth with my left hand, and then I just get things ready with my right hand.
As soon as I press down on the toaster, I'm like, okay, I've got until my toaster's ready to like do the dishes.
Both of us brushing our teeth at the same time. Brushing your teeth in the shower is my favorite because then you're all warm and you're still getting the job done.
I've had to switch to decaf because I'm so in that mode of multitasking and stuff that if I get on caffeine, it goes crazy. It's like I'm going too many directions at once, so I go nowhere. Like I got to do all these things, and I got this caffeine buzz, and I'm like paralyzed by multitasking. So no task gets done. I'm actually drinking coffee right now, so I'm using computers since I was really young, and I feel like computers lend themselves to multitasking. That's kind of where that term came from, where you're like, you know, you're doing you have your spreadsheet over here and you're typing something, but then you're also checking the internet, and then you're also downloading something, and then you're also doing this and that. And using computers a lot, as I do, I think it's trained me to think that way. I can just set tasks going, and while they're running, do another thing, and it's like flowed over into life. So I have contacts, and both my contacts are the same prescription. So what I do, you know, normally you have your little contact case, and you're supposed to put one on one side, one on the other side, left and right, and put both your storage solution in there. So since my eyes are the same prescription, I put them both in the left side, both my contacts on the left side, and use half as much contact solution, which is pretty efficient, I'd say. Think about how much that adds up over a year. I'm using like half as much contact fluid. So there's that. In my shower, we have the little drain guard, or whatever you call it, the little thing that goes in the drain to catch the hair.
I don't want you to film that. That's horrible. It's gross.
As part of my laziness of trying to keep the bathroom from getting dirty so I don't have to clean it, I always make sure the drain is unclogged, so that the bathroom doesn't, the bathtub doesn't get moldy sooner than it's going to, by having still water in there. So anyway, when I pull out the hairballs, the trash can's on the other side of my very tiny bathroom, and I always, you know, I'm doing this when I'm done with my shower. So I'm getting out of the shower, and I don't want to walk over to the 2 steps it takes to get to the trash can, because I don't want to get the floor wet. So I always throw the hairball. When I'm like, have one thing in my arm and I'm doing another thing, and I'm like holding the door open with my foot while I do something, and like I realize that I'm in this ridiculous situation, this is a ridiculous position that's just making my life hard when it's supposed to be making my life easier. That's when multitasking becomes just stupid. When you're like stressing yourself out because you're trying to do so much at once, and it's like really menial tasks. That's when it's dumb.
So it is kind of more time efficient for me, I guess, to just like have a rote system that I can just follow. Otherwise, I just feel like I would be kind of like aimless, like, what do I do now? Like the toothbrush and the hair, you know, just like, you know. So it gives me a little bit more focus. I have a certain order in which I do everything in the morning. It's like skin, toes, toenails, things you put on toenails, feet, ankles, legs, breasts, nipples, chest, armpits, stuff you put on upper lashes, upper lash color. So that's the order in which I get ready in the morning. It might be a little overwhelming otherwise if you didn't have some sort of way to like corral all these things into a manageable system. Yeah, it probably helps just sort of to deal with the multitude of lotions and potions that you have to deal with, I guess. But, you know, they all seem perfectly necessary to me. Then I take one women's one a day. And then I take an extra thing for calcium. And this is actually oyster shell calcium, which probably doesn't jive with my vegetarianism. Oh, although no, I'm a pescatarian, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I can't skip anything because it's too ingrained. So that like I may be in a hurry, and maybe like a more sensible person might like skip 1 or 2 steps along the way. But it's like it's my system. Like so, I may try to like be a little quicker about it, but no, like the system must remain intact. You know, I can't deviate from it. When I can, I like to make a concerted effort not to multitask, and actually like not even to hurry. I really try to like have the time, like my ritual, my morning routine, just be like totally me time, just sort of like a meditative centering before I go out to begin my day. And I don't have any clocks in there. And I mean, I don't try to lollygag or anything, but I really try not to think about it that way.
So with my morning, so what I've done to help with my anxiety, I do things that make me get out of the house faster. And so there'd be things like doing my advanced preparation. If I don't have my clothes ready the night before, including my socks and shoes, then the morning just totally slows down. There's the multitasking. When I brush my teeth, I will wash the floor at the same time, but I do that with my foot. I take a sponge or a wash rag that's been wet, and I use my foot, move my foot back and forth on the floor in that area while I brush my teeth at the same time, being careful not to get the toothpaste on my shirt. And then there's the sequencing of time-sensitive events. Well, the kitchen just is a kind of a streamlined thing. You got to come in, turn on the kettle first for the tea, because that goes on first. Then you put the toast in the toaster for the peanut butter and chili, because you can't make that ahead of time. And then at that same time, then you take, if it's refrigerated oatmeal, you throw that in the microwave. So you got to have the kettle first, because that takes the longest. Then the toast, because that takes second longest, and then the microwave. They're just ingrained habits that just seem to be, stuff I've developed. You think about these things maybe when you're younger or teenager and sleeping in and trying to get the most packed into your day. So then they just become these rituals and habits that just happen. You don't even think about why you wouldn't do them that way. It would just seem weird to soap first and then shampoo. I feel like more it's a factory treadmill thing. And I think about those comics or cartoons on Saturday morning where they would have somebody, the alarm would go off and you'd be pushed out of bed into the shower, and simultaneously the tea kettle would go and a machine would open up the person's mouth and make them drink the coffee, and clothes would be put on them and pushed out the door. I kind of feel that that's what I'm trying to achieve. I have to tell you, I've tried to give up doing the bathroom floor one because it doesn't really save anything that much. I mean, the floor is a little cleaner and that's nice. But I realize that these micro-efficiencies kind of make me crazy because I'm just trying to pack so much into time, and I'm thinking about how to do things together to get the fastest results, to get out the fastest, and you just lose the flow of things. To actually sit down and make a cup of tea from beginning to end without doing something at the same time, that would be like a Zen exercise for me that I tried to do on the weekends, but it's still hard to do. So I think the multitasking that I do is probably not a healthy thing. but I can't give up the 5 minutes or whatever it saves.
Look, I'm doing two things at once. I'm helping you with a documentary, and I'm actually getting this a little cleaner than I got the last time because